course, we are still waiting for Mario Kart 8 Deluxe's Wave 2 of the DLC pack, and we're still waiting patiently. It's now been 4 months since the last pass, and I still think it's going to be quite a while. To me, I feel like Nintendo's waiting for a month where there's not much to release, such as August, so I'm thinking it's going to be almost 5 months until we get the next pass, which is just insane. Of course, we're waiting very long, but there could be a reason why we're actually waiting this long, and how I have a potential theory, not to just hype you guys up for no reason, but a potential theory that could be the reason. When Wave 1 released, everybody was super excited to jump back into Mario Kart 8 and play some classic tracks that they played before, probably when they were younger as kids. You know, some of these were big throwbacks to me, and I was so glad to see them back once again, such as Shroom Ridge on the DS was one of my favorite tracks of all time. But with that came a new weird wonky art style and a new look to the game that didn't even match the other tracks in Mario Kart already. These new looks kind of took the Tour assets and barely buffed them up enough to make it any really big difference to the eyes. Yeah, it looked pretty much the same as Tour, but just a little bit upgraded for consoles, and yeah, a lot of people did not like it. It's oversaturated and lots of the textures were just not there. You just had green and brown patches everywhere, which you just knew was grass and dirt, but it just did not look right without the proper textures, and we know how good the tracks look in the regular Mario Kart 8, so it was kind of a letdown to see how this DLC just took a step back. It's not like the courses and the tracks themselves aren't good and they're not designed well, they look really good, and I'm excited to see maybe even some classic stages be brought back in a new light, similar to what they did with Cheeseland, so maybe something like Vanilla Lake could look a lot different brought back in Wave 2 or 3 or whatever the future wave is going to be in. So I'm very excited to see what those will look like, but at the same time, I'm scared that the public is once again going to clown them for not looking, as good as the tracks that we already have in-game. And what's sad about this is the background and stuff that's in the stage isn't even really the problem, it's just the textures. They just don't have any type of detail on them. They're just flat surfaces with one solid color, and you can't really, have that nice touch and finishing touch to your rocks or your boardwalks or your piping or kind of the structures of the level. It just kind of looks bland and plasticky, and that's something that can easily be fixed. In fact, lots of modders have found ways to actually just add just simple textures to improve things like the grass and the mulch and different dirts and even some type of textures on some buildings and backgrounds to greatly enhance the way the game looks. And lots of these leakers have actually taken to Twitter to say that they can do lots of this in just a couple of days' time, so Nintendo can surely upgrade lots of these tracks, right? What's my point? My whole point of this is maybe this is what Nintendo's doing. There could be a chance that Nintendo heard all the negative feedback and decided to make a change. They decided to do something different and switch it up. So instead of just releasing the next 8 tracks the same way that the other ones released, maybe they could have went back and re-edited and retextured the first 8 tracks they did in Wave 1, and maybe they're doing that for the rest now. That would be so non-Nintendo to do something like that, I know. Probably not going to happen, but it's a shot. I mean, that's one thing to explain why it took them over 4 months to finally put this out, and I think it would make a lot of people super happy if they actually took the time to just throw some textures in spots that needed it, and just do a slight update to the ones that are already released. That would be amazing, people would love that, and that would be a really justifiable reason for what's taking so long, Nintendo. Look, I think this is something that the community would love. I don't think Nintendo's doing it. I think Nintendo's seriously just waiting for a good time to release DLC when there's nothing happening for the company. And you could argue that's right now because this summer has been very lackluster for Nintendo, but I think, they're definitely holding out and saving it for something like August. I think August is a great time to release it because there's nothing happening in August, so to Nintendo, that's a perfect slot, unless they decide to put like Advance Wars in August or something. I don't know, but right now July still has Xenoblade 3, so I think they're going to have to wait a little bit longer. But man, I hope I'm wrong. I hope this DLC comes out soon, like this week or something. I would love to see it soon. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think. Do you think this could be the reason it's taking so long? Do you think Nintendo's just waiting for a good time to release it? Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you all on the next one. See ya, guys.